All right, let's dive in. We're going to talk about something pretty profound today, a guide to, well, ending mental suffering. And here's the twist, it's not about adding some new complicated thing to your life. Nope, it's all about understanding something you already have, your own mind.
So let's start with a quick question. Right now, just listen. Do you hear that? That voice inside your head? You know the one. It's the little narrator that's just always going, judging everything, complaining, worrying. It never seems to shut up, right?
Yeah, that voice. The one that's constantly nagging you. Did I lock the door? Or that little whisper of self-doubt. They probably think I'm a fraud. It just loves to replay that awkward thing you said last week or spin up all these crazy what-if scenarios. But here's the big, game-changing idea we're going to unpack. That voice, it's not actually you. Think of it more like a conditioned reflex or even a kind of mental parasite. And that is where so much of our anxiety and suffering really comes from.
Okay, so let's really zero in on this voice in your head. Because you know what? Just being able to point to it and say, aha, that's the source of the trouble, well, that's the very first step toward getting some real peace. And this leads us to what is, honestly, the most important lesson of all. It's simple, but it's huge. You are not your mind. Just let that sit for a second. Because if you're not the thinker, if you're not that voice, then who on earth are you? Well, that very question is the key, because behind all that nonstop mental chatter, there's something else, a deeper consciousness, a kind of silent awareness. And that right there is the real you. We can actually give this a name. Let's call it the watcher. It's that part of you that can just observe your thoughts. You can listen to them like you're listening to traffic outside without getting pulled into every single one. It's the awareness behind all the thinking. You know, there's a really cool, practical way to feel this for yourself. Come on, try it with me right now. Just silently in your head, ask yourself this question. I wonder what my next thought will be. And then, just wait. Be really alert, like a cat waiting for a mouse to pop out of its hole. See that? That little gap? That pause before the next thought showed up? In that moment, you were totally alert, totally present, but you weren't thinking. That feeling of alert stillness, that is the watcher. That's your true nature, just hiding underneath all the noise. And finding that gap, even for a second, is the key to everything. So you might be asking, how does the mind create all this noise and suffering in the first place? What's its main trick? Well, it all comes down to its obsession with time, specifically how it's constantly, compulsively jumping between the past and the future. And this brings us to a really radical, kind of mind-bending idea. The past and the future, they don't actually exist. Think about it. Nothing ever happened in the past. It happened in a moment that was, at the time, called now. And nothing will ever happen in the future. It will happen in a now. Your whole life is just one single continuous string of these present moments. Now, this is a really important distinction to make. There are two kinds of time. First, there's clock time. This is super useful, right? It's how we set appointments, plan our day, learn from stuff that's happened. It's a tool. But then, there's psychological time. And this is the problem. This is when you're stuck dwelling on past regrets or constantly worrying about what might happen next. One is a tool, the other, well, it's more like a disease, a source of suffering. And when you really look at it, a pretty clear pattern emerges, doesn't it? Almost every negative emotion we feel is tied up in this psychological time. Spend too much time in the past and you get guilt, regret, sadness. Spend too much time in the future and what do you get? Anxiety, stress, worry. But what about the present? That's where the good stuff is. That's where you find peace and this feeling of just being truly alive. Okay, so understanding all this is great, but how do we actually do it? How do we put this into practice, especially when things get tough? Well, let's get into a practical toolkit for staying present. So one of the key tools to understand is this concept called the pain body. Imagine it's like this energy field of old, accumulated emotional pain that lives inside you. Most of the time, it's just dormant, sleeping. But then something happens, a little trigger, and bam, it wakes up. And when it wakes up, it takes over, and it loves to feed on negativity and drama. It wants more pain. And this leads us to a really simple but incredibly powerful formula. Suffering equals pain times resistance. Look, pain is just part of life, right? It's inevitable. We all experience it. But suffering? That's different. Suffering is what we add on top of the pain when we mentally fight against what's happening. It's our resistance to the present moment that creates the suffering. So, how do we stop creating that suffering? How do we break this cycle? It's basically a 3-step process. Step 1, observe it. When you feel that pain body rising up, just watch it. Don't judge it, just notice it's there. Step 2, accept the moment. Whatever is happening just for now, allow it to be. Stop fighting it. And from that place of acceptance, step 3, act. If something needs to be done, do it. But now you're acting from a place of clarity, not from that negative reactive energy.
Okay, let's wrap this all up. The real takeaway here, the big secret, is that all the power you need is right here, right now. Presence isn't some destination you have to struggle to reach. It's not a goal, it's a state of being that's available to you in this moment. It really all boils down to this one simple truth. The present moment is all you ever have. That's it. Your entire life happens in the now. The past? It's just a bunch of memories. The future is just an idea, a projection. The only place where life is actually real, where you have any power at all, is right now. And you know what that means? It means you can stop searching for peace. It's not out there somewhere. It's not a destination you have to get to. It's actually your natural state. It's already here, right now, just buried under all that mental noise. It's just waiting patiently for you to get quiet enough to notice it. So let's end with a little invitation, a little challenge. This isn't about some huge commitment, like meditating for an hour a day or trying to become some perfect enlightened person. It starts much, much smaller. It starts right now. Can you just be present, fully aware, for just 10 seconds?